Man, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. Hey, it's Apostle Benny, unshaven, enjoying my day off. It is now Tuesday, it's 12:08 a.m. That means I just changed over to a new day. I'm going to take my pad home with me tonight because I have a meeting in the morning. I'm not going to come over here to the office. I'm going to stay home for my meeting. Hey, guess what? I'm so happy for those folks who I work with, and I work right outside of Washington D.C. So it's a whole lot of Redskins Commander fans, and the church I go to is basically Commander fans. So I've been working there for around 2 years now, and they've been like kind of like mouse quiet. But now that they got JD5, boy, they done came out the woodwork. They came out the woodwork. But after that game against the Eagles, that championship game, which I look, let me give you my view first. This is what I wanted. I wanted an all NFC East championship game. It's documented somewhere. I know in my neighborhood chat, and when I say neighborhood, I mean guys I grew up with. We have a thread, and on there I told them all of this. I wanted the all NFC. Once I found out that the Commanders beat the Detroit Lions and Philadelphia won their game against Minnesota, and it was two NFC East teams. When they before their games, I hoped that these two teams would win, just to put the screws to Jerry Jones. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I was a Dallas Cowboy fan way before Jerry Jones owned the Dallas Cowboys. And when the Dallas Cowboys, they were good way before Jerry Jones owned them. Then they got good for a couple of years after he bought them in '89, and from 91, actually 92, 93, 94, 95. They were good. They won three Super Bowls in there. Before that, they had won two with Tom Landry and Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, uh, um, Bob Hayes, and those boys. It was actually Drew Pearson, but Bob Hayes and Robert Newhouse and those guys, man, they were on the team when I became fans. So I saw glory years with the Cowboys. I saw glory years before Jerry Jones. I saw glory years after Jerry Jones owned them. With Emmett, Michael, and Troy, and that defense, them defensive and the offensive lines that they had. So I've seen all the winning the Cowboys have done. I can remember every Super Bowl except one. I don't really remember the Baltimore Super Bowl. I remember Miami. I remember when I remember Miami. I remember both of the Steelers Super Bowls that we lost. I remember the Denver Broncos Super Bowl that we won. I remember the Steelers Super Bowl that we won. I remember both of Buffalo Super Bowls that we won. Uh, the Miami one was the best one to me. That one and the 52-17 Buffalo. So I actually got to see them win. Unlike a whole lot of Cowboy fans who've been living for like a generation now. It's almost a generation every 40 years. Michael Irvin has a good take out. Y'all should go check out Michael Irvin's take. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find Michael Irvin's take because it was amazing. I sent it to my neighborhood thread because they asked me what did I think about the hiring of Schottenheimer. I don't have any thoughts one way or the other because the owner hasn't changed and the owner is who he is. And listening to their press conference today, he proved it. You know, Jerry Jones is he has a way of doing things, and that's about as far as I'm gonna go with saying what he does. I don't like the way he runs his team because Jerry's a businessman and he runs his team like a businessman, not a football man, but a businessman. Instead of just being the owner, he wants to be the owner and the general manager and have a lot to do with the personnel, the players, and a lot to do with what the coaches do. And, that's just Jerry, man. That's Jerry. He he's just he. I mean, it's his team, man. What you gonna do? It's his team. It's hard to say he's meddling. You can't meddle in something you own. But he meddles. He's in the way of the coach. He's never had. Well, he's had two football minds that he allowed to coach, and that was Jimmy Johnson and Parcells. The rest of the coaches, I don't know. I mean, they were castrated. They really weren't able to. It seems like allegedly weren't able to do the things that they really wanted to do because they had to do what he wanted them to do. Some of them had even like Parcells. He had to put up with players that he didn't even want to coach. So Jerry's always had he's the final word, man. He owns it. He's the owner. He's the general manager, and he's the only general manager who has gone through seven coaching hirings because he's the GM and nobody can fire him. Most of the GMs that had a record like his, they'd have been fired. They'd have been out of here. He'd have had three or four of those. We've had 10 coaches. When I first started liking the Cowboys, for the first 21 years, we had one coach. We were like the Steelers. Back then, it was Tom Landry. It was Bud Grant with the Vikings. Don Shula with Miami Dolphins. It was Chuck Noll with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm only going to say those teams because we didn't have a lot of coaches. Back then, I saw the Redskins. They went through coaches. I saw them go through different coaches when we just had one coach. Um, Steelers only had one coach. The Steelers still have only had three coaches, man. Three coaches. I mean, think of that. That's why they have a way. They have a thing, a Steelers way. Here it is called Cowboys. Michael Irvin's reaction on Brian Schottenheimer as coach. Uh, Actually, that one is one that Law Nation plays it, but that's where I heard it, and he calls it a truth. This is truth boom. I don't know if he's trying to say truth bomb, but yes, truth boom. You should go check it out. I'll tell you that now. If I had a way to show you and let you hear it, I would, but I'm not equipped for that yet. We're getting there. I got equipment right here that we're going to implement. I have software on my computer that we're going to implement. My friend Marty is getting me up to speed so that I can bring you better content. I'm gonna bring you. We're gonna get our little studio hookup better. I'm gonna get a professional like a podcast microphone. I have one, but it belongs to my church. I'm gonna get one for myself. I'm gonna get one for our podcast, whatever I'm gonna name it. But it's just gonna be talks like this with the Apostle Benny or Dr. Benny or whatever. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So before the championship games, before the divisional games got played, I was hoping for all NFC East championship game just to put the screws to Jerry Jones. Well, I got that. Then I didn't. I wanted the Eagles to win because of all the people I work with. There's some Eagle fans I work with, but my supervisor or manager, he's an Eagles fan, and I one of the directors. I do video media for mega church. That's what I call it, big joint, big church. I had thousands of members. To me, that's a mega church because I pastor a church or I oversee a church, and I don't have that many members. I don't even have 100. And we have our service on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I go work at the other church, and it's like 4 services, man. Start from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1:30. 4 different services, and then 4 different. I mean, 3 different locations. One, two, three, where people can actually come and sit down. Mm, mm. There's 4 altogether where people can come and sit down, and then it's the online presence. So it's a lot. And there's a whole lot of Commander fans because we right here in the DMV. So you might as well say we're in Washington, D.C., but we're not in D.C. Well, neither are the Redskins or Commanders, whatever you want to call them. They're in Maryland. Their camp is in Virginia, and they do nothing in D.C. They used to play in D.C. at RFK when I first fell in love with the Cowboys, watching them play against the Redskins. So anyway, I wanted the all NFC East championship game. I wanted the Eagles to win because I like Jalen Daniels. I don't Jaden Daniels. Jalen plays for the Eagles. I like Daniels, but I didn't want him to reach the Super Bowl as the rookie and then lose. If he's gonna do it, I want to whatever rookie first make it. I want them to win. So anyway, that's my way of picking the Eagles to beat them. I wanted the Eagles to beat them because I want the Eagles to go back to the Super Bowl. I want Patrick Mahomes to beat them again. I want Jalen Hurts to get this legacy of losing. He hasn't won the Super Bowl yet, not him. The Eagles won one, but he hasn't. I want him to lose again. Last 2 years ago, he lost because he fumbled. They hate when I say that, but it was his fumble that lost the game for the Eagles. So I want them to lose. I want Patrick Mahomes to get the three-peat that the Dallas Cowboys should have got back in the 90s. But Jerry Jones got it. He got in the way of that. His pride got in the way of that. We could have had 4 or 5 Super Bowls, man. That team we had, bro. I'm trying to tell you. But he got in the way of that. He continually gets in the way. He will not let football minds operate his team. He wants to operate. He's never been a football mind. When he the only football minds he had here, Tom Landry, he fired him, so he really didn't get the coach under him. Jimmy Johnson, you saw what he did because he's a football man. He understands football. And then Barry Switzer, he took over Jimmy's teams. So it's hard for me to give Barry any credit because I didn't see Barry build anything. And then Parcells tried to get us back to prominence, but he wasn't going to do much. Him and Jerry, Jerry, like I said, Jerry had him coaching people he didn't even want to coach and causing contention in the team. He just don't understand what his presence does. It's okay that you own the team, man, but get out of sight. Go do like Robert Kraft. Get away from there. Don't do what you do. Drink your Jack Daniels or whatever you do. Make your money and let the football people. Man, we would have had so many more Super Bowls and been so much more successful if Jerry Jones would just get out the way, get out his own way. And he's too big He's too big. No one can tell him that. He don't hear it anyway. He thinks he's the best one. I'm the best one to do this. Yeah, well, he is the best one to do it his way. So now let's look at this because the Eagles beat Jaden Daniels and them boys 55-23. All right. Jaden Daniels was what? 29 of 48. 48 times he passed the ball. Good grief. 48 times he passed the ball. 25 times they ran the ball. Horrible. That's horrible. 48 times he passed it, 29 completions, 255 yards, a 5.3 yard per attempt, one touchdown, one interception. His longest pass was 36 yards. He got sacked 3 times with a quarterback rating of 72.8. All right, let me see Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, 20 for 28. Very good. Very good. He only missed 8. 246, 8.8 yards per attempt, one touchdown. His longest one was 31. Uh, Jaden Daniels was 36. He got sacked 3 times. Jalen Hurts got sacked twice. He had a 110.1 rating. Very good. Russian, Jaden Daniels ran 6 times. Austin Eckler 8. Brian Robinson 11. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. But I knew that was going to happen. I knew Saquon would beat them. You got a young offense with youngins. You have on the other side of the team, you got mature quarterback. You have a good defense, number one in the league, and you got a running game with Saquon Barkley. To me, number one in the league. So, best running game, best defense against a budding offense. What do you think is going to happen? Let's see. When they run up against Patrick, though, if Saquon can run and Kansas City can't, the Eagles will win. If Saquon run, but Patrick Mahomes cut up and keep them out front, where they can take the ball out of Saquon's hands and make it go, put it in Jalen Hurts' hands. Hey, that's what I want to happen because I don't want Jalen Hurts to win the Super Bowl. Let me see. Saquon ran 15 carries, 118 yards, 7.9 yards per carry. 7.9 yards per carry. I didn't stutter. 3 touchdowns. His longest run. First play from scrimmage, 60 yards. Pew! That was amazing. I love that. I said up all day, and I was still at work, and they ain't like, and I was loving it. I was already having me a good time. Jalen Hurts ran 10 times, 16 yards, 1.6 yard average. But guess how many touchdowns he got? 3. 3. They had 6 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown. You know, he that's Jalen Hurts' game though. That's his game, man. Because Brown caught that touchdown, right? Let me see. The little dude Shipley, man, he ran for 77 yards. He ran for 77 yards. Okay, 28 attempts of passing. Let me see how many for their running. Saquon did 15. Jalen Hurts 10. That's 25. Dallas Goedert, he carried the ball 2 times. That's 27. Shipley had 4. That's what 31. And then Kenneth Gainwell 3, 34, and then Kenny Pickett 2, 36. So more rushing attempts than passing. That's what you want. Just Zach Ertz, 11 receptions, 104 yards. Terry, number 1, McLaurin, 51 yards, man. 7 times they targeted him. They targeted Zach Ertz 16 times. And they usually say that the tight end is the best friend for the a young quarterback. You know, that De'Ami Brown guy, what did he do? Let me see. Oh, he got 3 for 42. Okay. Look at Terry's his yards per reception 17, man. They got a Ben Sinnott 23. He had 1 for 23. Let's look at the Eagles. Saquon caught 1 reception for 4 yards. AJ Brown got 6 for 96. That's how you do your number one. 6 for 96 should have been with Terry also. See, Dallas got it tight end. That's he got 7 for 85. That's good. Not 11 for 104. Like that sounded like Kansas City or somebody. Devontae Smith got 4 for 45, and Kenneth Gainwell 6. See, when you can sprinkle the pass in at strategic times, especially if you're a running team, you know, kill him, man. Frank Louvu, that boy is something. I like you, Louvu. I don't know where Louvu played, but I'm not gonna look it up. But anyway, Louvu, I like him. He played 71 snaps. 71 snaps. The Eagles defense, people played 71, 72, 75. So they was on the field. They just couldn't do nothing with it. The skin commanders, commander skins. They just couldn't do nothing with it. Bobby Wags. Let me see who got the sacks. Louvu got a sack. Oh, Dorrance Armstrong, my old Dallas Cowboy. We drafted him, man. He got a sack. Who else got a sack? That's it. They got 2. Let me see for the other op. You know, we don't like neither one of these teams. Burks got a sack. Nolan Smith, I remember his. And Jordan Davis, I remember his. I didn't watch the whole game. I never do watch whole game of teams that's not the Cowboys. I don't even watch half the Cowboy games, especially if they lose. I won't play the replay. I look at after the first half. I'm usually done. I'm looking to see anything else that jumps off the page to me. I like Luke McCaffrey. He had 2 kick returns for 49 yards. Not bad. Will Shipley, 3 kick returns, 88. Very good. Uh, that's Julius Apostle I work with. He let me know that he's on. His broadcast is on now. He used to be in bed. He up. But anyway, man, yeah, I just wanted to come real quick, do this little thing on this game. Let y'all know I'm hoping that the Eagles lose. You should know that if you really know me. I'm hoping that the Eagles lose. I rooted for them last week over no NFC team. It's great to have y'all sitting here right here on the couch with us, Commander Skins. Your Commander Skins, your schizophrenic Commander Skins. But y'all did, yeah, they hit that opium. Oh, excuse me, hopium. They was on that hopium, boy. That hopium took y'all out there, didn't it? Y'all still kind of, I'm sure y'all had a lull, but when you think about it, you're like, man, we did good, and we got some hope for next year. Which that's good because Cowboys, we can't say that. We can't say we don't have any hope for next year. We just got to sit back and watch to see what happens. Will it be another car crash? Or will they show life and then crash out when the playoffs start? We don't know. I tell you what, we don't think. We don't think we're going to the Super Bowl or to a championship game. That hope for us, it's over. We don't do that no more. Anyway, this your boy. It's Apostle Benny. I've been in here for almost a half an hour. I'm gonna come back and talk to y'all maybe after the Super Bowl. That Monday, Super Bowl Monday, after the Super Bowl. the Monday after the Super Bowl. So that's what, a couple of weeks from now. Maybe by then I have my stuff up to par. Marty and myself, we were gonna do some work today, but I didn't get here until 10 o'clock tonight. I didn't get into my office until 10 o'clock tonight. I couldn't get out the house. I had too much stuff to do. Uh, Not even the house. I live in the fifth wheel trailer, a fifth wheel mobile home. Me and my wife. We're hoping to move back into a house. If I had my way, we'd be moving to a house in Arizona or to a house in Nevada and Las Vegas. So if she had her way, she just want to be in a house. And so I'm kind of giving in to my wife, and I just want to put her in a house. So I need to get this YouTube going. I need to get my Spotify store going, my ecom, and I need to get some other things that I have in other irons I have in the fire going. Um, Doing okay right now, but I'm a seasoned veteran at life, and it's time to step on the gas a little harder. Step on the gas a little harder while I can. So this is Apostle Benny. Oh yeah, get saved, man. I am a preacher. I love the Word of God. Sometimes I'm going to come on here and all I'm going to do is talk the Word. I'm just going to talk about the Word. I'm going to talk about a message I heard. I'm going to talk about these crazy preachers out here. I'm going to talk about the revelation that the Lord gave me that I don't hear too many people talking about. Because if you go on my page on Disciples of Yeshua Deliverance and listen to some of the messages, you'll be like, what? Because God has given me a unique revelation, and other people have it. They just haven't opened it up yet. It's right there in front of them, but they just haven't opened it up yet. They can't see it because they're listening to what other people say instead of listening to what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. So get saved. Romans chapter 10, verse 9 says, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, that the Lord Jesus, and if you believe in your heart that God raised him, Jesus, from the dead, that he lives today, you shall be saved. With your mouth, you confess into salvation, and with your heart, you believe into righteousness. Amen. So I hope you get saved. Don't die. Don't die and don't know Jesus. Don't die just knowing of Jesus. And if you live in the DMV area, come on down to Disciples of Yeshua Deliverance Ministry, 2725 C Old Washington Road, Waldorf, Maryland, 20601. 20601. I'm trying, my thoughts are messing up my talking. Our phone number is 301 357 3301. 357-3301, area code 301. All right. Oh, if you want to donate to us, is DOYDM, $DOYDM on Cash App. You'll see my picture and my lovely wife. And if you like to email us, you can email us at the same thing, DOYDM prayer. You need some prayer, have prayer requests or something like that, hit us. We will pray for you. We will pray for you. All right. I see you guys later. This is Apostle Benny. Good night. Peace.